Before we get started, I'd like to recommend that you sit on a chair at the edge of your bed or on the sofa, wherever it may be, just making sure that you're able to firmly plant your feet on the ground. And this will support you in feeling grounded and really allowing you to anchor yourself into the earth. So take a moment now to transition and shift your position if needed. So how are you? Let's check in for a moment and explore how is your mind, your heart, and how is your soul? In moments of overwhelm, it's very common for us to feel tight and constricted, maybe even anxious or worried. Perhaps you might be noticing that your mind is all over the place. Maybe you're feeling restless or perhaps impatient, and that's okay. Whatever you're experiencing in this moment is okay. So take a moment now to give yourself permission to simply be human. Gently whispering as a reminder to yourself that this too is okay. In this practice, I will guide you through a process of groundedness, of feeling centered and more connected to your innate resourcefulness. We'll explore your greatness and support you in expanding your capacity for all that life is demanding of you right now. May this practice be nourishing to your heart, to your mind, and to your soul. So gently closing your eyes whenever you're ready and allowing your attention to shift inward as much as you can. Resting your hands facing downward on your knees or on the top of your thighs as a symbol of groundedness. And we'll start by taking a deep breath in, connecting to your familiar friend, the breath. That friend who thankfully is always there. For as long as we have life, we have breath. And we connect to the breath simply by noticing where in your body can you experience your breath the most. And so perhaps you can connect by listening to the sound of your breath. Perhaps noticing the sensation of the breath on the nostrils or maybe in the back of your throat. Maybe placing one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly, and noticing the movement of the breath. Noticing the upward movement of the chest or the in and out movement of the belly. Take a moment now to tune in to a single connection point of the breath. And may this connection point serve as your anchor, the place of safety and assuredness, the place you can always come back to. This is your home. And as you connect to the breath, allowing yourself to simply surrender to the chair or the surface beneath you, noticing what it's like to be supported, to be held. And tuning in now to the bottom of your feet, noticing your feet firmly planted on the ground. And imagine for a moment that your feet opened up, allowing you to firmly plant your roots deep into the earth. And what do you notice? Is there a sensation in the bottom of your feet? Maybe you notice nothing, and that's okay too. Just take a moment to observe. And as we travel through the rest of your body, take a moment to notice any areas of tension or tightness in your body and see if it might be possible to soften, to let go, to release that tightness. Allowing your breath to support you in doing that. Quickly scanning from your feet, moving to the knees and noticing if there's any areas of tension or tightness in the knees or the thighs. Really releasing your seat and surrendering even more into the surface beneath you. Noticing any tension or tightness in your shoulders, maybe pulling them up to the ears and rolling them back. Maybe shifting the neck from left to right. And checking in with the jaw and seeing if it might be possible to soften the jaw. Maybe slightly opening the lips, bringing a smile to the lips. And notice where your tongue is placed on the bridge of your mouth. And seeing if you can relax your tongue, allowing it to roll back into your throat. And checking in with the muscles in your face and seeing if it might be possible to soften the tension that might be there, softening the brows. And connecting now with your senses and noticing, what do you hear? Perhaps the sound of your breath, perhaps the sound of your heartbeat. You might notice that there are noises or perhaps even voices in your background. May we invite them into the practice. Just noticing, what can you hear? And sensing now for a moment, what can you feel? So maybe raising a hand to your heart and noticing the feeling of your heartbeat. And what else can you feel? Take a moment to quickly examine your environment within you and around you and see, has anything changed? Is anything different? Have the sounds shifted? Has your heartbeat shifted? Has the pace of your breath maybe shifted? Perhaps it has, perhaps it hasn't, but this, my friend, is the nature of life. And you, my friend, have just lived through it. You are still here simply because of your own greatness, simply because of your own resourcefulness, your ability to breathe through it, whatever life may present before you today. And so remember this as you move through these next moments. Remember your friend, the breath. And remember the greatness that you are. Namaste.